We need to do everything we can to try to recover that money. Certainly it's money that the taxpayers are due.
Lee County officials looking to recover more than $250,000 of your tax dollars given to a business that suddenly closed up shop today. Bonita Springs-based Source Interlink making that announcement today, much to the surprise of about 240 local employees who no longer have jobs with them. Commissioners want to know why the company closed without warning and when we can expect to see this money returned. 4 New Corners' Katie Jones live tonight working to get them and you some answers. Katie?
Well, Patrick, Lee County gave this business $250,000 in hopes that it would grow and create jobs. But after doing the exact opposite and putting people out of work, we wanted to know what it's going to take to get your tax dollars back. Boxes in hand, employees pour out of Source Interlink knowing it's the last time they'll walk out these doors.
I was really sad to see the news. That's more than 200 people here in Lee County who are going to be without a job.
Commissioner Brian Hammond in shock that the company that once promised Lee County job creation and economic growth now sits vacant.
Unfortunately, some of those investments didn't work out.
The magazine distribution company moved its headquarters to Bonita Springs in 2002. A few years later, it entered a $1 million incentive agreement with Lee County. Commissioner Hammond wasn't on the board at the time, but says it's something he doesn't agree with.
We need to make sure that these companies have to actually create the jobs and do what they say they're going to do before they get any money.
After shelling out $250 grand, Lee County revised its contract with Source Interlink, saying it could only keep that money if it promised to keep the 238 current employees on staff and bring in another 50 more. It's a promise Source Interlink did not live up to.
We need to do everything we can to try to recover that money. Certainly it's money that the taxpayers are due.
I reached out to the company's CEO by phone and even walked up to the doors of the office to ask if your money would be returned, but no one answered. Hammond now saying there needs to be stricter guidelines on who will get those financial cushions from the county.
The most recent incentives to Hertz and Gartner were performance-based. Those companies had to perform in order to get any money, and as of right now, on their new contracts that have just been voted on, they haven't gotten a single dollar.
Now, the company cites financial struggles and loss of suppliers as reasoning for the closure. Commissioners tell me they plan on meeting with the company next week to talk about this money that is owed. Meanwhile, employees I talked to say they're not getting any sort of severance pay and their medical benefits will end tonight. We are live in Bonita Springs. Katie Jones, Fox 4 in your corner.